and there's just a whole lot of screaming. You unload with the Gatling gun, which just like explodes everything that it hits, pretty much. And you don't really have to aim it. You basically just have to control it and just sort of like sweep it around because there are just so many things. As you are doing this, though, it seems inevitable that you will not succeed. There is just so many of these things, and they just seem to like keep appearing. That being said, they don't seem to like work very well. As you're looking at them, like most of them just aren't really doing anything but like running around or flying around. But the ones that are doing things are like eating through the buildings and like ripping them down. And you hear the like horrifying screams of the townspeople as they're devoured alive and stripped to the bone by these locust rattlesnake things.
That is just.
Oh, they have bones now, do they?
Yep. Yep, they do.
Yep.
And
oh boy.
The town is just like torn away from, just like torn to pieces, and soon you just see like the locusts are surrounding the house that you're in, blocking out everything, even the outer reality of this place. And they begin to rip through the wood of the roof and like just tearing away strips of it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And you continue firing the minigun this entire time. It definitely is destroying them, but it doesn't seem to be slowing them in any way.
Right.
Yeah, this is pretty much.
Okay.
This is pretty much what I'm doing
I
on
guess
that wall.
it's time to cast a spell.
All right. What do you cast?
Man.
Like this.
Okay.
Yeah, that style. Anyway.
I have a challenge for all
Of course.
of you. Go to
Channel mana. You have to
I
touch
just
the
watched
thing
this
you're
whole thing
targeting.
without ads.
So, channel mana, you have to touch your target. Unfortunately.
Correct.
Yeah. And I don't want to do the other one where I'm destroying, because that's kind of.
The locust swarm of rattlesnake gunslingers. Undead, naturally.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, well, I gotta think for a second of a different.
Okay. As you're trying to hold off and like firing at the swarm of locusts swirling around you, Gray, you hear the salamander speak in your mind. Well, this is quite the predicament you found yourself in. How do you plan to get out of this exactly? It seems to me that you have annoyed reality.
So yeah, I annoy reality every day. The trick is finding out what it wants. I have it out,
So
and don't worry.
the roof is torn to shreds,
Yep.
and the locust swarm recedes a little bit from your continuing barrage.
Mm-hmm.
You see now, though, that the sky in quotation marks surrounding you, the space that you saw before, the abstract swirls of color and everything, is gone. Replaced by this sort of like swirling like gray black like clouds, and as you look out, you see a face form in the clouds, and a rumbling voice that sounds like thunder echoes out and says, "You are ruining my fun. Play your part."
And there will be no part left to play if you continue with this army.
I will do what I want. But you are interesting. You will keep doing things.
I will keep doing things, with or without your permission.
Don't resist my influence. This is my world.
I brought you to my world. Would you?
No, you didn't. You came to be, and you will stay here
So I'm thinking, can we
to
actually?
entertain me.
Could we leave?
I like you.
Like, I'm like wondering, like, hey, yeah, didn't we just like walk in here? Couldn't we just walk out and go to the third one we pulled in?
That's pretty high on Sam's list of options to do here.
No, I mean, like, is that an option of just one thing we can just do? Like, do we?
You don't see currently this whole area has been like sort of obscured by these like dark gray clouds.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, maybe, but you don't you don't see the other island anymore because it's been obscured.
Man, Weston here, Sam here is trying and failing to think of something to say to this guy.
As you say, we are interested. What would you do to keep us happy?
You bring reality with you. You will be consumed by this domain. If you stay here and do things, I will keep you from wasting away. You will remain to entertain me for all eternity.
That is quite the deal.
It is one you cannot turn down.
Yep.
Lightning strike.
Yep. Sam's like, damn. Technically better than the situation we had before. But only if he doesn't kill us out of boredom.
That might happen eventually. Or maybe once he learns enough to be able to emulate you. Since you obviously have taught him new things, or it new things since then. Since you got here, even.
So, your currency is entertainment?
Correct.
I can
This
give
reality you come from, it amuses me.
I can give you entertainment, if you will. Show us the other reality that has come to be near you, or near this place.
The other place, it is insignificant. It cannot be touched.
The temple?
Yes.
What do you mean, can't be touched?
It is a place broken off from everything. It is uninteresting, useless.
You could not fix it with your power?
I have tried. It is cut off.
Perhaps we could fix it. Would that be entertaining for you?
Give me another manipulation and persuasion roll.
Okay. Manipulate, that's 5. I'll willpower this one. Ooh, good thing. Good thing. 2 successes. And it was out of the 3 extra dice I threw in my hand.
Nice. All right. The clouds rumble as the entity concern says, "Were you to unlock this reality for me, I would have new things to toy with."
Yes. And if not, we may die, and it will be fun to watch.
I cannot see this place.
Well, until then,
You will not escape this realm, though. Fine. Go as my harbingers and unlock this forbidden domain for me. I will reward you.
you're too kind, Spaghetti Monster.
Yes, I am. Now go. As you see, as it says that the house rooftop, like second floor you're standing on, just kind of like collapses down into the earth, and the dark clouds like part at one side of the little ruined town, and you see like your little area out from beyond there.
Okay. You see, Sally? I told you. It's all about finding out what they want.
Not bad. Not bad at all. You should leave before this thing changes its mind.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're going. This is walk and talk.
Yep. All right. So you step out of that island, and as you do, the clouds sort of swirl and conceal it once more. For maybe like a minute or so, and then the smoke fades, and you see the ghost town as it was before.
Okay.
Just reset.
All right.
And you're back on your little island of reality.
So, well, we know what's waiting for us over there if our reality starts to crumble. We could go live there for a while.
Yep. I'll fire that under like at least plan
Right.
F.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Definitely don't want that to be plan A.
No. That's low option at the moment, but it's there.
Yep.
We'll kind of be treated like the Star Wars or the Star Trek episode of Futurama.
Yeah.
Where they just bring them to reenact the episodes.
Right. Yes. Pretty much.
But they're given like eternal life and like youth and all the things they could ever want. So we could do that. We could just live like immortal god kings for a while. Just have to put on a little show. Oh, that's what we could do. We could fucking I'll be like fucking King Henry, and I'll live in like some fucking Victorian era time. It'll be fun. And then you can be someone else in some other thing down the road, and we'll just do Downton Abbey.
I mean, you could probably do that if you if that's what you wanted to do with your life.
Yeah, and then we can switch it up every now and then. We'll be like some fucking. Hey, wait, Sally, you could be like a pharaoh or something. You were Egyptian, weren't you?
Sure.
Anyway.
What does Amadine think of that?
Of what? Trying to play childhood pretend for the rest of time? Not great.
Yeah.
Not great.
Longer than time.
Well, till we figure stuff out.
Beyond time.
Like we could at least live like really well while doing that.
Well, I mean, I'm going to be honest. There was hardly any time in between episodes back there.
Mm-hmm.
No. Why? I mean, nothing happens in between the episodes. Why would we bother covering that? The salamander says, sounds boring.
Yeah. It would get quite boring after a few 100 years, I suppose.
Yeah. I wonder what that thing even was, though.
What, the entity? The spaghetti monster?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Something that has magical power in a way to get more.
Entity indeed for this realm.
Yeah, I wonder why it went with the Western motif. That was fun.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
Something that has a very limited grasp on reality, I'm sure.
or it picked up one old.
Unusual for one creature such as that to care about such things.
Maybe it's bored.
it's like either from a reality like that, it's able to find one.
It just probably
Listen.
found an old Clint Eastwood movie floating around in void space. And, you know, like that. That's what I want to do.
You just used it as entertainment.
Mhm. All right. So what's left? The temple. Let's go and not die there either.
All right.
Yeah. Ugh.
So you head
This
towards
is getting
the-
difficult. The first one was fine. I like that. That was good. Then now the second one was a little more. It was fun, but it was tougher because it didn't work.
Yeah, that didn't play ball as much.
No.
All right, so you head towards the temple. You step out of your zone into the sort of like mossy vegetation covered foot of the pyramid.
Mm-hmm.
It seems relatively devoid of life, although you still have all the stuff, all the prime detection stuff going on, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so there's some stuff you see from that. Amadine, why don't you give me a Gnosis and Prime roll?
Okay.
And I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick.
And then I'll ask Sally if he feels anything weird here.
Okay. Get back to you on that.
Yep.
Well then. See, now I'm worried about this one. I was like, after the first one, like, oh yeah, nice. This is like a piece of cake. We go to each realm and find a thing. Sure, whatever. It's like, oh man, but each of these has a different way of sustaining itself.
Which one? What has this different way?
Each of these other realities, I guess so far, have a different way of sustaining themselves.
Mm-hmm. Right. The other one was the heart.
Yep.
The last one was that entity.
Yep.
Just fueling it for its entertainment.
And then, yeah, it's like the Blue Sands one was also the weakest reality.
Yeah.
That we could see.
Yeah, it wasn't. It like barely had anything to pull from.
Right. So this one also could have something strong here.
Mm-hmm. Since it seems to be structured.
Yep.
Like very, very soundly.
All right, I'm back.
Mm-hmm.
So what'd you get on your roll?
I got 5 successes.
Nice. All right. And then what was your question, Mike, to Sally? Apparently, what its name is now. Sorry, what was that?
Oh, that if he felt anything different.
Strange things afoot, indeed. This place has power. Amadine, and I guess Gray also has this site. So, first off, you can tell the edges of this little chunk of reality are pretty strictly like reinforced. And they are being like, of the three, this one is probably the most solid and real, I guess you could say.
Okay.
There is a massive amount of mana being like filtered out from the center of this piece of reality.
Wow.
And reinforcing it. And there is actually like some kind of like magical barrier, supernal magic that is reinforcing that, which you seem to be able to step through without issue.
What do you know? Wow. Okay.
But the lines and like carvings of the temple steps and the different levels are almost like conduits for this power.
I can't remember. Do I see this stuff?
Yes, okay, you can see it.
Yeah, because this is the...
So to your sight, like all of the like etched stone of the temple are like illuminated by flowing motes of mana.
Oh wow!
Twisting out to the outer reaches of the
man. So this one's super.
The piece
strong.
of reality.
This one's super strong too. Whatever's powering this.
Yeah, whoever figured this out, like, figured it out.
Yep.
Like almost more so than the other thing.
Yeah.
Because this is like a constant, like, infrastructure.
Mm-hmm. Right. Well, shall we go see who's... I mean, I'm gonna be honest. The first time we came across, an actual entity, nods at Sally, I was shocked. Second time, not so much. This time, I'm almost expecting someone to be here.
Yep.
Let's go find out.
Absolutely. Let's go knock on the fucking door and say hello.
And also try not to piss whatever it is off. We'd like to stay.
All right, I'll do better this time. The last one was testing my patience.
Yeah. Oh man.
I thought I could
see why this is like not accessible to that other entity though.
Yeah, definitely. I
See the
think,
barrier out here?
I honestly think we ally with this one in order to take out the other one.
Well,
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
yeah. Well,
So far, on judging the books by the covers, this guy looks much better.
right. Well, let's find out.
Right. Because he said he's tried, so I bet he's been sieging this, like, you know, from time to time, trying to take over.
Probably.
And this guy is maybe the defender, so he's just put up defenses. And if we can stop those attacks, he might help us.
Right. We got like 5 assumptions going into that paragraph, though. So
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's all while walking up the stairs. And
All right. So you walk up the stairs to the top, where there's sort of like a
Sally's listening to our reasoning. Like, these
Yeah.
fools are doomed.
at the top of the temple there is a circular diagram, like a pentagram etched into the stone, and surrounding it and like twining up the pillars of the like little roof above it, there are carvings of like a bunch of different sort of like scenes and imageries. Dragons are a consistent through line through all of them. Dragons of different types and varieties, although leaning more towards the sort of like Eastern Chinese style dragon, the really long ones. And they're like spiraling up the pillars and twisting around the diagram in the center, which is magical in nature, and the center of the or like sort of around the diagram, you actually see that there is high speech runes carved into it.
Okay. Yeah, man.
So
Definitely
the high speech-
our kind of language over.
Yeah, the runes are carved into what?
Into the stone of the like pentagram that is
Sure.
found at the top of the temple.
Okay. Yeah, that's
The-
stuff that we recognize then, at least. What does it say?
Yeah, so you see the high speech reads, "This temple is sealed by the Ungula Draconis."
Ungular?
Ungula Draconis.
Ungular.
Ungula, yeah. At
I'm gonna try that. Draconis.
you give me a intelligence and academics roll for that.
I just threw an H in there just cause.
Yeah, there's no H.
I know. I'm like, there's not gonna be, but I'm doing it. Intelligence and what?
Intelligence and academics.
Academics.
History.
2 in 3 in.
Yep. Both of us.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. 4 success.
All right.
One success.
Okay. So, ungula is Latin for claw or hoof. You guys both know that. And Gray, you remember something of this phrase Ungula Draconis
Yeah.
from your research on magical history.
Hooray.
This is the Atlantean name for
What?
the adamantine arrow. It translates roughly to the claws of the dragon.
Oh.
that act as the sort of protectors of ancient Atlantis.
Amadine.
Hi.
I just found Atlantis. I'm like going way above and beyond what you just said.
What, this place?
I don't know. It's like the Guardian door or something. The Guardian Force. What'd you say? It's the word for the adamantine, or the Atlantean word for the guards.
The Atlantean name for the adamantine arrow. They act as the protectors of Atlantis and enforce their soldiers.
I say that.
Well, in that case, if they have, in that case, you've got something in common with.
Maybe I can say I'm the Santa Fe branch of Adamantine Arrow.
Right.
Let me in.
But better question: if it is Atlantis, would they even know what Santa Fe is?
No.
Or that their order was eventually called the Adamantine Arrow?
Yes.
Or would they even think you're a warrior?
No.
Right.
No to the Santa Fe. Yes, that their order is eventually called this, and no, I'm not a warrior.
Okay. Sorry. I mean, I guess to be honest, when we came here, I guess, because we know for a fact Atlantis is not in time anywhere, right?
No. The door is here, out of time, out of whatever, out of existence. The only thing keeping it still existing is the sheer mana flow from something. Maybe
Right.
the king of Atlantis is still just hanging out, keeping his door active in case his mages figure out how to put their shit back into reality. I don't fucking know. Like you said, a lot of ifs in that paragraph.
Yes. Oh man. So these runes and things that were inside the pyramid, yes?
They're at the top pyramid, yes.
Off the top of the pyramid, okay.
You see no path into the pyramid looking around the outside.
Okay.
I mean, you haven't searched for any secret doors or anything, but there's no obvious entryway.
Right. And then the mana powering this thing, is it coming up through the pyramid, out this pentagram?
Yeah, it's coming out through this and down.
Sure. Shield generator.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, there is no obvious method of entry. You could study the circle here, which is obviously some kind of ritual or ward or binding or something.
Do I know Atlantean?
You could try and look for. As far as you know, the Atlanteans wrote almost exclusively in high speech. If they had any other language, it was lost to time.
So how do you say high speech? Can you speak it?
You can speak it, yeah.
Okay, I speak.
High speech is the true form of language.
All right, I'm going for it.
You cannot say any falsehoods in high speech.
I'm going Gandalf.
All right.
I speak friend. Does the door open?
You just say friend.
Yep.
Okay.
In high speech, yeah.
Melome or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Medlum, yeah.
Yeah.
It does not, because there is no door.
Yep.
It's just a circle.
Damn it. Well, I figured maybe Tolkien was onto something. He maybe went to Atlantis someday.
Goodness. Right. Excuse me. Right. Yeah. So Sam would like to, I guess, look at the circle a little bit more.
Okay.
Because it's pretty obvious that there's a bunch of mana here, right?
Yeah.
Sam is wondering if it is safe to take any.
Yeah. Gosh. I mean, that might be worth prophecy to pop a few questions off here, and then if we can take it, I'll get some mana back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sure. Yeah, actually. That's one way of doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll look at the circle, and you can just ask.
All right, I will prophecy.
Okay. Try to. All right. So yeah, give me a Gnosis plus Prime roll, Samuel. At a, let's see. So this will actually cost 1 point of mana. If you want, basically you're like releasing mana into this diagram and like certain places to like see what happens.
Right, that's right.
And it's going to be a Gnosis plus Arcana roll at -5.
Gnosis and Arcana.
Prime, sorry.
Okay.
Oh,
So I was like, wait a second.
Just Gnosis, I guess, since you're a master of Prime.
yes.
Right. Okay, so 1 point of mana and Gnosis.
Yep.
Right.
So I cast prophecy,
All right.
and I got 6 successes.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right. So regain a point of willpower, and you don't have to spend mana on that. I assume that, assuming that's the one that you pick.
Yep.
Okay. What are your questions?
I got 1 success also.
Nice.
So I get to back the mana I spent on that and not another mana. That's what it is. Okay. Right?
You just refund the mana that you spent on it. Yes, you don't get extra mana.
Okay. I'm good then. All right, so I would go. I would confer with Amadine also for questions, but so we want to find out what I've already forgotten what you.
Yeah. How many questions do you get?
5. I guess I could have cast higher, but
Yeah, whatever.
I
So
forgot.
Do you want to see what Amadine finds out from studying the diagram before asking your questions?
Yes. I mean it's on for
Sure.
an hour. It's there for
Yeah,
an hour.
yeah.
Whatever
All right,
that
so
is.
Amadine, you release some mana into this and sort of study its nature. It functions as it is a lock, basically. It functions both as a lock barring entry to the deeper part of this pyramid, and also a sort of a focal point to channel mana through to power the barrier surrounding the temple. You might be able to siphon mana out from like the channels that it's going through down the temple, but you
Not
will
the lock.
probably weaken and imbalance the barrier surrounding this place, which it would have unforeseen effects. You're not sure what would happen, if it would cause it to collapse, or if it would just like fluctuate a little bit, or something else entirely. You like wake it up and it gets angry at you or something.
Defense turrets come out of the fucking temple.
Yeah.
right.
Okay, so you want me to ask that with the prophecy? Like, what will happen if we drain mana from the system?
Yeah. So what would happen if we take enough mana to fill both our tanks out of
This
shield?
Okay.
How much mana are you guys down total?
I'm only down 4.
Okay.
I'm down 4.
Down 3, but I got the 5.
Wait, is that
extra empty.
including? Yeah, is that including your new cap of 20?
I guess I don't know. Like,
Because you increase your Gnosis to 6, so you now have 20 mana as your cap.
right, but we didn't like gain extra 5 mana.
No,
Okay.
but what I'm saying is you're down 4, so you're actually down 9
Right.
from
Okay.
your maximum.
Yeah, you're right. But yeah, I've used 4, and yeah, okay. You got it.
I could hold 8.
And I could hold.
Okay.
Yes, 9.
So siphoning off that much from the barrier, evenly distributed, it would not break, but it would weaken it. Siphoning off less than that, probably like, well, siphoning off less, you could get a bit without risking the strength of the barrier.
Okay.
Should we ask?
We'll file that away under Plan D.
Yep. Should we ask if it regenerates over time, or is that irrelevant? Because if it
Assuming-
does, oh, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, never mind. I'm not gonna say anything until you actually ask the question.
Yep.
That's definitely worth asking.
Okay. Yeah. Does the mana in this infrastructure regenerate? Or yeah. Resupply, because regenerate doesn't really work. Yeah, being like, does it? It's got to be coming from somewhere. It couldn't just magically form. So I'm assuming, yeah. Does the mana in the what if we took some, would it resupply? That's what I'm wondering.
It couldn't just magically appear, says the mage playing the mage. Game.
Not mana, it's coming. That has to come from like a hallow or a thing. This is like being pumped into here
Yeah,
from
so
somewhere.
it would eventually, as long as the barrier didn't break, it would eventually regain strength.
Okay.
The mana coming from within this temple is effectively infinite.
Okay. So yeah, we could take little amounts so it doesn't fucking mess with the structure. Wait for it to regen. Take some more.
Mm-hmm. Right. If we were to let's see here, if we were to stay here, would we eventually need to like eat and drink and stuff? I don't know if that's a question worth asking.
What do you mean by stay here? Like,
if we were just to put a stake in the ground and stay here indefinitely until we figure out how to get home.
Yep. Because it seems like a very safe place.
Yep. Like, do we need like real like human needs here? I guess is the question.
Well, even if we did, we have infinite mana. I could shield the veil. I could veil of moments us, so we technically don't need it for like indefinitely.
All right. Well,
we won't age. We won't need hunger. We won't need sleep. Any of that. So if it comes to it, I can deal with it.
Okay.
We'll just be.
I'm gonna file that under Plan C.
Yep.
Permanent life raft.
Yep. I mean, when it wears off, we'll be really fucking hungry. But.
Oh. Yep. That's why it's Plan C and not like.
Higher up.
Not higher up though.
Like,
right there.
it's like it's not even the fact that like we'll be super hungry. We will probably need to eat, like, and re-nourish before the spell wears off. I don't know how it works.
You're the time mage. It's your spell.
I don't cast that one, man. I've done it once for like a burning piece of wood.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yep.
Oh man.
I'll have to think about that one. So yeah, Ben, is that how that works? Like, if Veil of Moments is on for like a year and you don't eat when it wears off, do you then suffer the effects of not eating for a year? Or?
Question. Don't know. Let's see. Veil of Moments. Where is it? There it is.
Because that's probably something I should know before putting eggs in that basket. Ben's like, all right, that's a prophecy question.
No,
You look in
it's
the
supposed to be something-
you look in the book.
that'd be something you know.
I know.
Yeah. It just puts a pause on your vital functions, basically.
Okay, so yeah.
And, you just spent like 4 reaches to be able to have that perpetually.
Yep. So yeah, indefinite life preserver.
Ooh.
Yep. And you would just pick up right where you left off
Yep.
Right.
Cool.
after the spell's effect.
So
Downsides of this spell include no longer healing naturally during the spell's duration.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, that you see it. Then look at all the reaches below. If you spend a bunch of reaches, you can
Yep.
negate all the downsides.
Yep, you just
Oh,
negate
okay.
all that crap.
Right.
But,
I see.
It takes like
The
4
most important part to that sentence was cannot regain mana. I was like, excuse me.
Yeah.
All right.
Puts
With
you in
reaches, we're good.
puts
all
you
right.
in a stasis lock, where you are this. You can't alter.
Yep, I got 15 more spells to cast for the rest of eternity. And yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the time mage with becoming immortal.
Okay, so I guess
It's honestly not that bad.
yeah.
Pretty easy
No, it's pretty fucking easy.
for a time mage to become immortal.
It is.
Makes sense.
I mean,
It's like, no, I'm not gonna live.
how long have I been a time mage? 2 months, 3 months?
Yeah.
And I've already unlocked immortality.
Yeah.
And technically, I could give it to you too, Sam. Like,
Yes, please.
yeah, you could. We just need to, like, so, kind of a neat thing. I wonder if it would work. So you know how I gave that old man the walking stick? So whenever he goes out for walks, like, stuff happens.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I
But-
forgot about that.
But he's like the one that's keeping the spell active, so it's not draining me.
Right.
Mhm.
Could that be done on like a couple of people? Like, let's say a married couple hold a spell for each other.
Give the gift of immortality to them.
Yeah.
Right. But
Right.
the whole point of that is that it doesn't take up an active spell slot. But if you're holding theirs, the spell slot is taken.
No. But like two Mundies. Like
Oh.
she's holding on to a lock, or like the rings. Like let's say they're wedding rings.
Oh.
Yeah.
I see.
I
You're
enchant
setting this
their-
up for 2 Mondays. Okay.
Yeah. I enchant their wedding rings, so now they are immortal as long as they're together, kind of thing. So like I could do it for your wife and for you. That way, she's holding your spell, you're holding hers, and you guys are immortal.
Right. Or you could. Right. Right. Yeah. So if you're setting it up for someone else, you'd want. Setting it up for yourself, probably want to spend the dot of willpower and
Right.
experience point.
That's what I'm talking about. So that.
But
so
yeah.
I could disperse this immortality fairly easily, which is crazy.
The main question with that is, what happens with paradox when people suddenly notice that some people aren't aging?
Well, you just move frequently. Like every 10 years, just fucking leave.
Yeah.
Yep.
That
And that
would-
would have worked too, except for we got digital records of everybody nowadays.
Well, that's why every 50 years you go live off the grid for 10 years.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Definitely. These are the things that mages can do.
Yep.
Really makes you wonder, why aren't there more people like that?
Well, they're hiding.
Yeah.
They're not like hiding, they're just not making themselves super known that this is what they're doing.
Naturally. Anyways, you're not even in reality right now.
these are things for when we exist again.
Yeah, you don't exist.
All right. So question possibility, Amadine. Should we throw it up into the air of who's better to work for, or like try to deal with? Should we like put our efforts into allying with the Atlantis Guardians here, or actually working
Better question.
more with the other creature?
Is there any sentient entities here other than us 3?
Yeah, I asked that.
No.
Okay. And by here, in this whole realm, like this.
in this temple area,
Yeah. Not
No.
just like our 5-foot radius.
there is not.
Okay, that's good to know. So you got that, right? No.
Yep.
It's a hard no.
The universe came back with a quick and hearty no.
Good.
No.
All right.
I say we gain some
Right.
fucking
So then
mana.
our only concern is the Western child getting upset and trying to break in.
Right. But it's like he can't get in. He's already tried.
Yeah, but if he's like angry about it,
No. Well, I mean, yeah, that might help, but it's not, he ain't getting in. I'm gonna take some mana, but you have to do it. So, take some mana.
oh, I see. How many questions you got left?
2.
Okay. How much mana could we take without risking barrier strength?
Less than filling us.
Right, but
I don't know.
is that just like one each?
I bet like 3 each. Like a third. I bet because like that would be a third of what we were doing.
You bet, or
Yeah. No, I
you,
bet.
Can you know?
You want me to know? I
I really would like Western Child to not get in here.
mean, I gotcha, but we were both at like 9, and I'm saying like a third. That's way less. All right, fine.
Sam just raises an eyebrow.
Yeah. So you do have to phrase it as like, if we do this, we'll X.
Yep.
So you're gonna
If-
propose a number equal to or less than.
Yeah, if we drain, yeah, I'll even say enough to fill a third of our reserves. Will that weaken it to the point of God damn it, intrusion or whatever.
Okay.
By
So that'd be
outside.
like about 6 mana total,
Yeah.
rounding.
Right. Because I don't know how
that-
meta you can get with numbers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, if we take
Yeah.
out 6 mana,
Yeah, I mean it's a question to yourself, so it's just in terms of like
Yeah,
quantity. But
that's what I figured. It's like a third of
Yeah.
our reserves.
yeah, so that should not compromise the barrier significantly.
Because that's down from like 17. So
Yeah.
all right. Fucking fate says it's okay.
All right. In that case, we have to do it evenly, though.
Yes,
Yep.
but you're casting just to do it. So
Yeah,
maybe you should
with
get
with
4
your
and I'll
like
take 2.
knowledge of this, you've studied the diagram, so you know where to draw out the mana from it to
Sure.
to like make sure it's balanced, as long as you are being careful, pretty much.
Right. So, and because of channel mana, I have to touch the container that it's in.
Yep.
I'll probably need to do like a duration so I can wander around the circle. And
Just like place your hand out on like each point.
Yep.
Yep.
okay.
Man, I almost got out of Western Town without casting any spells.
yeah.
Almost.
Almost.
You didn't actually need to cast Chaos Mastery, probably.
I took 2 fucking damage.
Yeah, it shot you.
Like as soon as that, like that's when it got real. Like oh, nope.
You can bleed here.
Yeah, he's trying to kill me now.
I mean, it's boring if you just always like the first one. You know, that's to reel them in, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then like it's boring if they just win easily every time. You know, like you gotta add some drama.
Right. And it's got to be more dramatic every time. It
Yeah.
screws up and we accidentally
It's an
die.
escalation.
It's weird that like the whole thing about magic. Like they're like, oh no magic here. Like, and yet when I used it, I mean, it's like, okay, he's magic. He knows magic is around. He knows we're magic. Just accept it.
No.
Damn
Ruin
it.
the narrative.
I guess. That's what Deadlands is for.
He hasn't heard of that one.
I'll have to, if we go back, I'll be like, no, all right, if we're back here, we're playing Deadlands, motherfucker. I am a gunslinging mage. What were you doing, Weston?
I'm clicking buttons for channel mana.
Okay, cool.
It's just figuring out how many dice you
Mm-hmm.
so. Okay.
The hand of fate shoves a dick in my ass again.
The hand of fate's job.
Yep. Just handing out dick asses. And you get a dick ass. And you get a dick ass.
Right.
No, I already got one in my ass.
3 successes on channel mana.
All right, that's to channel 6 mana.
Yeah, 3 each. So I spend 1, and then we'll get 3 back each.
Okay. Sounds good. So you get a net of 2, and then Gray, you get 3.
Yeah.
All right.
Unless you wanted to swap it and you can take 4 and I'll just take 2 because you cast a spell.
You were down 1.
Right. Okay. I got 3. But you were casting spells like way more than me. Like you get utilized more. Mine are for like, I don't know, different situations.
We're not in dire straits yet.
All right, yeah. All I'm saying is like you're the Swiss Army mage. I'm the, like certain things.
Things are just better when you're around for some reason,
Yeah.
despite your best efforts.
I know.
Things
like,
work out
yeah.
somehow.
I do what I gotta do just so fate makes it able to steer things. I keep it chaotic enough. That's what it is. I keep the world guessing. So then when I do fate stuff, it doesn't have to work so hard. That's why.
Yeah, gotta stir the pot so you can change things up.
Yeah, exactly. Because if everything's just normal and then you cast fate magic, and then it goes crazy, it's just too obvious. It's too much of a strain on the universe. But if things
That's
are
your
always,
explanation.
yeah, but if things are always just a little chaos, it's much easier for fate to pull strings. Which actually makes sense, and I'm gonna believe that from now on.
Yeah, that does make sense.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, you draw a little bit of mana out of the pattern of this this barrier, and just top off a little bit.
Just to mostly just to prove that we can, I guess.
Yeah, as an experiment. You still remain on top, unable to get inside of the temple. However,
It's like, man, It's like I really want to open the box, but also I don't want to break the box either.
What's the box? Is that the temple? You just metaphorical. Okay.
Yeah.
Is there prophecy? Should we ask prophecy? Is there a way to get in that we possess without breaking it?
that's one of your
yes.
questions.
I'm
Yeah,
asking Weston,
the
or
without
Canada.
breaking the shield.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking Weston. Is that one we should say? Like,
Sure, I
do we
was like,
possess
I could
any-
definitely break the shield.
Right. Yeah, we already know that. You just drain the mana out of it.
Right.
So
Among a couple other options.
yeah. So do we want to use that, or just kind of investigate ourselves a little more before consulting fate?
Yeah, let's take the poke around the temple a bit.
Okay, we only got an hour, so if we take longer than that, we'll just ask.
Sure. And then if we think of nothing else to ask, asking how long before it's safe to take mana again.
Mm-hmm.
It's a relevant question.
Right.
But anyways. Possibly
are
don't
you
need that
able
answer
to-
for.
Are you able to tell that it's weakened or that it's got less?
Mm,
No,
Okay.
not from what you took out.